Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss about elastic collision. Consider two elastic bodies of masses m1 and m2 moving in a straight line, let us take along the positive x direction on the frictionless horizontal surface. In order to have collision, we assume that the mass m1 moves faster than mass m2. Let us take initial velocity of the mass m1 is u1 and the initial velocity of the mass m2 is u2. Now m1 is moving faster than the m2. It's going to make a collision. Let us take there is a elastic collision. For the elastic collision, the total linear momentum and the kinetic energies of two bodies before and after collision must remain the same. Let us write the momentum of mass m1 before collision. What is the formula for momentum? P, that is equal to product of mass and velocity. So before collision, that mass is moving with the initial velocity. What is the letter for initial velocity? U. So mass of the first object m1, here initial velocity of the first object, so that is taken as u1. Here it is the initial momentum of the first object, so I1 you have to write. Likewise, momentum of the mass m2 before collision you have to write. So same thing, initial momentum of the second object, that is equal to product of mass and the initial velocity m2 u2. Then easily we can find the total initial momentum. So total initial momentum Pi, that is equal to addition of the two momentums, initial momentum of first object plus initial momentum of second object. Substitute the value Pi, that is equal to, what is the Pi1? m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Now we can write the expression for the total momentum after the collision. First we have to find the final momentum of the first object. So momentum of the m1 after collision, Pf1, that is a final momentum of the first object. So what is the expression? Same expression, mass into velocity. There is no change in mass, so m1. But what about the velocity? After the collision, they are moving with the final velocity. So you have to substitute v1. There what is the expression? Pf2, that is a final momentum of the second object, is equal to m2 v2. Then what is the total final momentum? We have to add 1 plus Pf2 and substitute the values. Pf, that is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Here we have taken the elastic collision. Even in an inelastic collision, the total momentum will be conserved. From the law of conservation of linear momentum, total momentum before collision, Pi, should be equal to total momentum after the collision, Pf. Then we can substitute the value of Pi. What is the value of Pi? m1 u1 plus m2 u2, that is equal to Pf value. What is the total momentum after the collision? m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Here m1 v1 can be taken to left side and m2 u2 can be taken to right side. I have rearranged the previous expression. Now which is a common thing here? m1 is a common thing that can be taken outside. Here m2 is a common thing that can be taken outside. So how can we write that? m1 within a bracket u1 minus v1, that is equal to m2 v2 minus u2. Let us take this expression as a first equation. Kindly note it down. Let us find the total kinetic energy of the masses m1 and m2. First let us write kinetic energy of the mass m1 before collision. So what is the expression for kinetic energy? Half mv square. Let me write the kinetic energy of the m1 before collision. So before, that is initial value for the first object I am going to find. So I1 you have to write. That is equal to, as per the expression, 1 by 2 What is the mass value? m1 before collision. Before collision means it is moving with the initial velocity. What is the letter for initial velocity? u1. So u1 square. Likewise, kinetic energy of the second mass we can write. So kinetic energy of the second mass before collision. Once again, initial value I, that is for the second mass. So 2 can be written. 1 by 2 m2 before collision, that second mass is moving with the initial velocity u2. So u2 square. Then we can find the total energy before collision. The total kinetic energy that is equal to summation of the two kinetic energies, I1 plus KE I2. Substitute the values. Total kinetic energy before collision I is equal to half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square. Now we can find the expression for the total kinetic energy after the collision. So kinetic energy of the m1 after the collision. What is the expression? F1, that is equal to 1 by 2 m1 after the collision. We have discussed already that we move with the final velocity v1. So v1 square. Likewise, kinetic energy of the m2 after the collision. What is the expression? Kinetic energy F2 is equal to 1 by 2 m2 after the collision. It is moving with the final velocity v2. So v2 square. Now we can find the total kinetic energy by adding the two values. Substitute the values. 1 by 2 m1 v1 square plus 1 by 2 m2 v2 square. For the elastic collision, the total energy before the collision is equal to total kinetic energy after the collision. So K E I, that must be equal to K E F. Now we can substitute the value. What is the total kinetic energy before collision? Of m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square, that is equal to half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. What are the common things are there? 1 by 2 is a common thing that can be cancelled. Like a previous case, m1 can be taken this side, m2 can be taken to right side. Now I have rearranged the previous expression. So which is a common thing here? M1 is a common thing that can be taken outside. In this expression, m2 is a common thing that can be taken outside. So this expression can be written like this. Here u1 square minus v1 square is there? No. It is resemble to a square minus b square. Then how can we expand that? A plus b into a minus b. Likewise, we can expand here also. So m1 u1 plus v1 into u1 minus v1, that is equal to m2. Here also we can use that equation, v2 plus u2 into v2 minus u2. Let us take this expression as a second equation. Already you have noted down the first equation. Here it can be noted down as second equation. Now we can divide the second equation by the first equation. Here the numerator I have written the second equation, which is divided by the first equation. Now we can cancel the similar things. m1 can be cancelled, m2 can be cancelled. Likewise u1 minus v1, here also u1 minus v1, that can be cancelled. v2 minus u2, here also v2 minus u2. So what is the remaining thing? Remaining thing is u1 plus v1, that is equal to v2 plus u2. We can rearrange that expression like this. u1, that u2 can be taken to left side, so minus u2, that is equal to v2. v1 can be taken to right side, so minus v1. Further it can be rearranged like this. u1 minus u2, that is equal to, minus can be taken outside of that expression. So how can we write this? v1 minus v2. Here we have found the difference in velocities, so that is only known as relative velocities. From this expression, we can conclude the relative speed of any two elastic bodies after the collision has the same magnitude as before collision but in opposite direction. We can rearrange this expression to find the value of final velocities. Final velocity of the first object you have to find means you can rearrange this expression. Any expression you can take. Let me take this expression. V1 value you have to find. So this is the final velocity of the first object. V1 that is equal to V2 plus U2. Then U1 can be taken, let's say, minus U1. Or if you want to find the final velocity of the second object means, that means V2 you have to find. So V2 that is equal to U1 plus V1. This U2 can be taken to left side minus U2. Let us take this equation as a third equation, this one as a fourth equation. Now to find the final velocities V1 and V2, we can substitute the equation 4 in the equation 1. Here I have written the first equation. Now we are going to substitute the value of V2. What is the value of V2 as per the equation 4? V2 that is equal to U1 plus V1, U1 plus V1 minus U2. So I have substituted the value of V2. Now we have minus U2 minus U2. Then it will be equal to minus 2U2. Now take the mass values inside the bracket. So I have taken the mass values inside the bracket. What we are going to find? We are going to find the final velocity of the first object, because in the equation 1 I have substituted the value of V2. Then we can find the value of V1 now. For that we have to take M1 V1 to the right side. What value you are going to find? Velocity, final velocity of the first object you are going to find. So that has to be in one side. So this can be taken to right side and other values can be taken to left side. Then how can we rearrange? M1 U1 minus M2 U1 and plus 2 M2 and M1 V1 plus already M2 V1 is there. Now clearly you can understand. Easily we can find the final velocity of the first object. So V1 can be taken outside. On the left side, U1 is a common thing here that can be taken outside. So U1 can be taken outside. So how can we write it? M1 minus M2 common, we can write U1. Now easily we can find the value of V1. So V1 that is equal to M1 plus M2 want to be taken to other side. So already M1 minus M2 into U1 is there. So divided by this value M1 plus M2. Likewise plus 2 M2 U2 is there. That has to be divided by M1 plus M2. So using this expression we can easily find the final velocity of the first object. Likewise we have to find the final velocity of the second object. That means V2 we have to find. How you can find? You can substitute the equation 3 in the first equation. The equation 3 you have written the expression for V1. So that has to be substituted in the first equation and you can find the value of V2. So directly we can write. So and what is the value of V2? Simple, at the subscript you have to change the number. Here 1 is there means you have to write 2. So M2 minus M1 U2 divided by, here both are in a addition only, so no need to change the number. So M1 and plus M2 as it is you can write plus 2. Here you have to change M1 U1. Once again it is in addition only. Addition means no need to change. So M1 plus M2. Using this expression you can find the final velocity of the second object. In your book slightly they have rearranged. Since both expressions are in addition, this can be taken at first. This expression can be written at the second place also. So So that expression they are given in your book. So in the next video, we will discuss about the inelastic pollution. Thank you.